What's going on, guys? It's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. Today for you guys, I'm going to be sitting down and talking about Sora's toy design from the Toy Story world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Recently, KHInsider got the chance to sit down and interview Tasha Sounart, who is actually the current Pixar consultant to help and assist on the Toy Story world for Kingdom Hearts 3. So she plays a pretty big role when it comes to obviously consulting between the two companies. Now there is a ton of interesting information within this interview speaking upon the topic of Toy Story within Kingdom Hearts. Today we're going to be focusing on the whole toy design, as I feel like it's a pretty interesting aspect. If you guys want to check out the full interview, it's going to be in the description down below. However guys, without further ado, let's jump into the news and information. So KHInsider said, you mentioned a little bit at D23 that you were really excited to design Sora's Keyblade for the world, and also to work on the new outfits for Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Can you talk a little bit about the design process for those? Tasha said there's just several rounds of back and forth of like, let's add seams to their joints to make them feel more toy-like, or let's make the screws a little larger so you can really tell it's a toy. Because we definitely wanted to make them feel different because there are actual action figures of Sora. So we didn't want to make it just look like the actual action figure. We wanted to almost make it more retro because Toy Story is all about retro toys. We emphasized the blockiness of it just so that I feel as a player that it's more fun to see a version of the character that's different. You want to see what they look like in that world. It's like, oh, fun. So that's some pretty interesting information right there. Now, before the whole reveal of Toy Story being within Kingdom Hearts 3 and, you know, obviously getting the grand reveal of what Sora is going to look like within this world, I speculated upon the fact that if, of course, one day Toy Story were to be added into Kingdom Hearts, mainly looking at Kingdom Hearts 3, I sort of envisioned that the outfit or form that Sora would be in within this world would be something along the lines of it being modeled after a Playarts Kai figure. And like she said here, you know, there are actual action figures of Sora, Donald, and Goofy that you can actually buy. And so for me personally, I speculated that maybe Square Enix would just, you know, make a toy version of Sora, but base it off one of the Playarts Kai figures, maybe the Kingdom Hearts 3 Playarts Kai figure that we currently have. However, what Tasha's saying right here is they wanted the form of Toy Sora to be different of that compared to the actual action figures that we do have in real life. She also mentioned that they wanted to go for a more retro style toy as well, as of course Toy Story is sort of themed around retro style toys. Toy Story is from the 90s, so there's a lot of old-fashioned toys within the film. We have toys like Rex, we have Slinky Dog, we have Ham, who is a piggy bank, which of course you don't really see piggy banks all too much these days. And so because of the fact that Toy Story does focus on these retro-based toys, they felt like it was necessary to put a sort of authentic toy style onto Sora, Donald, and Goofy as well. And you can definitely tell that from the blockiness and the design of his form within the world. Now the other thing is, aside from Sora actually being a toy, he also has a completely different outfit on as well, one that is quite different from that of his usual outfit. So if Square Enix was to just include, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora in his normal Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit, but a Playarts Kai version that we do have in real life, but use that for the actual Toy Story world, essentially it would just be normal Sora, but, you know, with like seams and joints and screws. Opposed to what we have here, which is an actual toy version of Sora, but with a completely different outfit as well. So I definitely like the decision that Square and Pixar have made for the style of Sora within this world. KHInsider went on to say, I really like it. I like that they're definitely designed to be familiar and essential. I can see that like, oh, it's kind of Lego in how square it is, but it reminds me of early 90s/late 80s anime like Gundam style action figures, but it's totally unique. I think it's really interesting that it looks like a blend of cultures of East and West, similar to how Kingdom Hearts itself is. Tasha said, yeah, that was actually something that we did on purpose, where when we were designing the toy store and when Square Enix was designing the other toys that would go in the toy store, like the enemy toys or just the ones on the shelves, that we definitely told them this should look like the Japanese version of retro toys, because this is a Japanese game and Sora is a Japanese character. We wanted there to be Japanese flavor in the Toy Story style, so yeah, they do have toys that look like a Japanese mech. The robots that they fight with are very Japanese style. we said because this is a Japanese toy store, then it makes sense. So it would seem like Pixar are definitely respecting the fact that obviously Kingdom Hearts is from Japanese origin, and yes, they are 100% correct. Square Enix is a Japanese video game development company, and that of course means that Kingdom Hearts is definitely a Japanese RPG. And what's interesting to know is apparently Vic the Visitor, which is the toy store that we visit within the Toy Story world, is apparently a Japanese toy store. So cool little fact right there. And so when it comes to this actual toy store, I guess that we can expect to see a lot of retro-based Japanese toys appear within this store. Now when looking at retro-based Japanese toys, what it comes down to is robots and mechs. Honestly, like the Japanese really seem to be into robots. And this is probably half the reason as to why we actually see these mechs within this toy shop. However, it's going to be interesting to see the different variety of toys that we will come across within the toy store. It has been explained that there are apparently multiple levels to the toy store that we will be able to explore, and so it'll be interesting to see the different variety of toys that we come across within each floor. One thing that I was thinking of is perhaps maybe like a Godzilla type of toy. As we know, the Japanese are like super into Godzilla, and I'm sure that like back in the retro days there were like heaps of different Godzilla based toys. Maybe the Godzilla toy could be a certain boss encounter of this world. But anyway guys, that's all the news and information for today. Just some really interesting information towards the design of Toy Sora within the Toy Story world of Kingdom Hearts 3. It is also really cool to know that Pixar are allowing Square Enix to add their sort of Japanese flavor within to this world. They could essentially turn around and say to Square Enix, look, these are the guidelines and the rules that you have to follow when creating our world, and this is exactly how we want it to be represented. But no, it would seem like Pixar are certainly giving Square Enix a certain amount of freedom, so yeah, kudos to them. However guys, that's all for today. In the comment section down below, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.